Heya! This is Pokéball35, and this is my reaction and discussion of the Undertale / Deltarune Fall 2025 newsletter. At this exact moment, it is officially 9/15, the 10-year anniversary of Undertale. I wanted to start recording this a little bit sooner. I just had a very stressful past hour. I was not able to get home for like an hour after work. If I remember to talk about it, I'll talk about it at the end of this video, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Undertale. So this is this. If you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so, because I do have a lot to offer. I'm live almost every single day at twitch.tv/Pokéball35, link in the description down below. I don't normally, I will say, you know, the typical subscribe, follow dealio. I just want to also say at the beginning of this, before we get into this, if you are seeing this right now, and if you are subscribed to my channel, please make sure that you have YouTube's restricted mode turned off. Because YouTube recently implemented a thing called restricted mode. And if it is enabled, it will block like every single video ever off of everyone's channel. That if I was gonna say Nintendo, because we've been yelling at Nintendo recently. No, if YouTube deems you unworthy, you're not allowed to see anyone's videos. It affects my channel and affects everyone else's channel right now. Like, if you have restricted mode turned on, it will block, like, literally, like, 2 years worth of videos off of my channel. So I would suggest, you know, making sure that's turned off, because if you're seeing this, it's probably off, but I don't know that. So, I did see a couple of things very briefly, but I have not looked at this newsletter at all. I do have notifications turned on Twitter and Blue Sky for Toby Fox, so I did see the notifications that he put out for some things, but we'll get to that. It is officially 10 years of Undertale. Also, the song I'm playing in the background is Snowfall from Undertale Yellow, so that way Big Bad Funny Materia Collective doesn't kill me. Alright, so it's this right here. So, it's been 10 years since Undertale released. Therefore, Undertale 10th anniversary event? That's right! Let's have a stream where we can play through Undertale, just like we played through Deltarune Chapter 1. Looks at the calendar, realizes the anniversary was on a weekday. Why don't we do this on the weekend after the anniversary instead? The event will run across 2 days from 4 p.m. PT, which I checked is 7 p.m. my time, on September 20th and 21st. Okay, good. That's actually this weekend. That's funny, though. Okay, that is this coming weekend. The funny thing about that is Saturday, or this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is a big run in Splatoon 3, is the Umami Ruins Big Run rerun. So I don't need to play too much of that. I'd be able to watch on Saturday. That's Saturday at 7 p.m., so I can watch that. Sunday, however, I have to do the thing that 25-year-olds do and go to work. I mean, some 25-year-olds at least. I go to work on Sunday, and my shift starts at 7 p.m., so I'll figure out what I want to do about that. I'm unsure. I do not know if I really would love to watch it live. I was able to watch the Deltarune stream not 5 years ago. That was 4 years ago at this point. 4 years ago that was. That was for the 6th anniversary. I did watch that all live and was super jump scared by the Deltarune Chapter 2 announcement at the time. You can watch it here. Undertale 10th anniversary stream. Watch on Twitch. It is not. So that is something. I'll figure out what I want to do about that. I could stream that. Like, I could stream a little bit of Big Run on Saturday and then, like, watch this. I would love to watch the end of it, unless I, like, call out of work on Sunday. But I either call out of work, where I, like, you know, work, or I could watch Toby Fox and 3 hot dads play Undertale from Fangamer. 3 hot dads from Fangamer play Undertale. That's right. We tried playing through everything. It took over 8 hours. So we had to split it up. We'll have to play half of the game one day and half of the game the next day. That sure is a long time to talk. Is anyone going to enjoy watching this? I think Toby Fox underestimates himself an incredible amount. Because, you know, of course. The Chapter 1 stream was very, very funny. There was some minor differences in Chapter 1 from that stream, and Toby Fox talked about a lot of the development and concept art and things. And then, you know, there was the surprise announcement at the end. So, yes, people are going to enjoy watching it. Chapter 3 and 4 came out! That's right, last time, Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 came out. I really want to look back at these chapters and discuss my thoughts. Looking back on Chapters 3 and 4... I don't have the time to do that right now. Anniversary's coming up. There's no time to discuss this right now. Alright, Chapter 5 Progress Update. What we've all been waiting for. Like he was wearing Asgore's shirt. Asgore, huh? Let's talk about Chapter 5. Some of you might be wondering what kind of chapter it is. Well, right now, there is no reason to tell you that. Both of us like surprises, right? I think of everything in the chapter, there is very little I would like to share. Understandable. That being said, as an act of goodwill, I would like to spoil one optional Castletown scene. The scene assumes you have seen the special room in Chapter 4, the mic room. Ah. Wait a second. Ow. 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 Hey boss, someone just knocked. I think that's Tenna? No way it's Tenna, Rubber Brain. If it was him, that knocked me more gloopy. Ow. 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 You drinking cactus juice? Is that what that is? It's also playing the unused sneaking theme. Which, fun fact, the unused sneaking theme, right here. That theme is actually used in Mike's battle theme. It's actually the intro to the battle theme. It goes. So that's interesting. By the way, what the heck is this drink you got me? Battery acid? Oh. Battery what? What the heck make you think I drink that? Well, it's my theory, boss. Uses green so you look good and green with the green drink. Theory? That's not a theory, that's just a... You think just because something looks cool, that makes it correct? Oh, yeah. Whatever. Ow. 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 I think Toby knows that we like Mike. We got Pluey on the floor over here. This is wonderful. I like this. That's very good. Thank you. Pluey. Next time I can show more from Castletown. Detailed progress info. The current status of progress as September 8th. The early parts of Chapter 5 are complete, but need polish in optional areas. Maybe the last 40% or so of the game is in a rough first pass. Rest of the game? Not rest of the chapter, rest of the game, is what this says. And the last 10% is in prototyping state. Probably around 85% of the cutscenes have been created up to the first draft state, however... Of those, at least 20% or so will require more polish. This is interesting. This is a Christmas tree. However, it is in the style... It has, like, kind of the style of the Scarlet Forest trees. Which are, like, the man trees. The man trees. Regular enemies are mostly done. One programmer is already working on the regular enemy bullet patterns of Chapter 6. The direction of the boss battles have been decided, and many boss battles have already been completed. Once the attacks are finished, the next goal will be to arrange the attacks and make adjustments to them if necessary to fit the atmosphere of the battle. Overall, with 3 and 4, there are some creative hurdles which made developing parts of the game difficult. How to do the boards of Chapter 3, how to design the events in Noelle's house, etc. I agree that there were some creative hurdles which made the game difficult. I am of the personal opinion that I do think Chapter 3 is okay, but it is my least favorite chapter in the game. I am saying that. You can hate me for saying that Chapter 3 is my least favorite in the game. It's my least favorite in the game. I don't care what patches they've done. I made a really long, like 2-hour-long video about talking about Chapter 3 and how much I didn't like it. And then I made a follow-up video saying that it's a little bit better because they changed the night fight to be better and not suck as much. But it's still okay. It's still fine. It's still serviceable. But I agree that there were some creative hurdles. I agree. However, everything in Noelle's house in Chapter 4, one of my favorite parts of the entire game. Once we got past those hurdles and expanded the team, everything went much more smoothly. Chapter 5 was not without hurdles, but we already passed all the obvious ones, so there's little to get in our way now. We just need to keep making the game. Here's QC, and this is the... I don't think we have a name for this rabbit, but this is the rabbit. Unless this is a completely different rabbit. It looks kind of similar. No, it's not the same. I actually don't know who this rabbit is. I think this might be her sister. I need to look that up eventually. No, I'm gonna look it up on my phone. Snowed in Undertale. Is that her sister? Snowed in... Yes, that's her sister. That's the sister who runs the inn in Snowden, right next to her shop. That is her sister. I thought it was a different rabbit, but that's her sister. Timeline. Rough timeline of the game will look like this. Making the game. We are here. Localization. Making the game. Porting the game. Finish. Testing and bug fixing. Release. Currently, we have one main deadline. I want to begin with the translation by the end of 2025. After that point, gameplay changes will be acceptable, but large-scale text and story changes will be heavily frowned upon. Factoring the localization and testing, I don't think that the game will be released in the first half of 2026. I mean, he said 2026. It could have been the first half, it could have been the last half. It could be anywhere, but I'm glad he's telling us right now, within January to June, nothing. That's fine. I think it would be really cool to actually have it on the Undertale 11th anniversary, but, you know, it's not a surprise, right? Last time's updates, you guys have access to exactly how long each step of the development took. Anyway, we don't have any external factors surrounding the release date this time. We'll release it when it's done, and we will continue to update you guys on the progress of its completion. Toby Fox voice acting for Homestuck? Let me tell you about Homestuck. The canon John Egbert and Alfie's Undertale Deltarune interaction. That's great. So I am a Homestuck fan. I have been a Homestuck fan since 2016. I have gone through the entire comic. I had originally watched it through the Voxus / or it used to be Collab HQ, and then it became Voxus Voiceover Network thing for Homestuck, which only covered like about half of the comic, and then I had to read the rest. And they're still not done with that voiceover project. Since then, I watched Rev Scarecrow from Vinesauce read through the whole comic for charity, and he's dyslexic, and that was really funny. I then listened to a podcast, which I'm forgetting the name of the podcast. I wish I remembered the name of the podcast. I want to see if I can look it up really quick. In like one fell swoop. Stuck podcast. I'm going to see if I can find it. Ranged Touch Homestuck podcast. I mean, they do a lot of things about like reading, and one of the projects they did for their show was Homestuck, and I went through that, and right now Shay, Undertale and Deltarune speedrunner extraordinaire, is currently reading through Homestuck, so now I'm going through Homestuck a fourth time. Let me tell you about Homestuck is a joke in the fandom because Homestuck is so overly complicated that if someone wants to get into it, you tell them, let me tell you about Homestuck, and then over-explain everything. Also, Alfie's is based off of John. The glasses and the buck teeth that Alfie's has is based off of John Egbert, who's one of the main characters of Homestuck. So in case you didn't know that, that's why it's like that. This is freaking Vivzy Pop of Hell of a Boss and Has-Been Hotel fame, is making an Homestuck animated show, and Toby Fox voices John Egbert, which is almost not surprising because in other media that Toby has done for Homestuck, he's actually voiced John in a couple different things, in a couple different ways. But Homestuck, webcomic longer than the Bible, has a lot of flash animations and interactive games, and Toby Fox did a lot of music for it. So, if you haven't heard of Homestuck, it's a webcomic that launched my career. Back in 2010, I was a high school student with no aspirations for music composing at all. That was until I discovered this webcomic, which I really liked. You see, the comic's animated sequences had music created by a team of very talented musicians, the Homestuck music team. I wanted nothing more than to be part of the beloved comic, just like them. So one day, when a call was put up for additional musicians, I instantly took this opportunity to become a composer. I made some bad music, sent it over, and the author of the comic added me in the group. It's not bad music. It's still fantastic. I've been rehearing some of his early work for Homestuck because I've been going back through Homestuck again because of Shay. It's still great, but I didn't waste the opportunity of being added, so I tried really hard to make as much music as I could, combining many motifs as I could from the other musicians. It was that experience which forged me into the composer I am today. Additionally, thanks to my association with the comic, I gained a following on social media, which really helped me when I made the Kickstarter for my game Undertale, which the thing which enabled me to make the game. I initially reached out to Temmie specifically because of a Homestuck fan art she did on Tumblr. I didn't know that. I really owe a lot to Homestuck. It made me better at music, allowed me to make my game, connect me with many important friendships, and taught me lessons on how to deal with fandom and the importance of valuing your fans. In my mind, it's basically a debt I might never be able to repay. Therefore, when I was asked if I could help with a new Homestuck animation, I said I would give it a shot. Surprisingly, the request was not for music, but voice acting. Still, I felt like I should help out. Waiting at the voice acting studio was another surprise. A few minutes into my recording with the voice director, I noticed, hey, isn't this guy's resting voice, Daggett from Angry Beavers? It turned out the voice actor was the voice of Invader Zim Richard David Horvitz. Because he's the voice of Moxie from Hell of a Boss, so of course he was there. The recording session took a few hours, but it was so fun that it felt like it ended pretty much immediately. I'm not really a pro, so I was nervous about the result, but Invader Zim told me that I did a good job, so I have to trust him. Invader Zim's a great show, by the way, if you haven't watched it before. It's great. I've seen the whole thing. And the special movie that came out many years later. Fantastic. I think it's very funny that Richard Horvitz is popular for Moxie on Hell of a Boss now, because it's literally like the same kind of inflection that Zim has. Also, if you've played Skylanders Spyro's Adventure for the Wii, the main antagonist of that game is just Richard Horvitz doing Invader Zim as a different character, and it's amazing. That was my experience helping out. Now I'd like to show you the trailer. I play the role of John Egbert, the kid wearing glasses. But first, a warning for the more sensitive members of my audience. Homestuck has a lot of dirty language, and they had me say some pretty profane things. So if you're a kid, or would rather not hear those kinds of words, don't watch. Is this the same trailer? Yeah, this is the same Vivzy Pop trailer from a month ago. So if you haven't watched this, Go watch it. It's great. Do that. Off music. That's right. Because I recently beat off again on stream. It's the judge. I guess he would talk about that. So, game I played last year. A game called Off, released in 2008. It was a game that helped inspire Toby Fox make Undertale, which then this game got remade recently on consoles, and it's a brand new port, but they had to redo all the music, and some of the music is made by Toby Fox. Fangamer developed an alternate version of Off available for Nintendo Switch and Steam. It's a legendary RPG Maker game. The characters were inspirations for the designs of Sans and Papyrus. I don't know who the inspiration was Sans for. He has said Dodon is the inspiration for Papyrus. I guess the judge? Maybe Sans? That makes a lot of sense, honestly. Just look at him. ACC, the musician for the original version, available online for free forever, didn't want his music to be used in the remake. So, but also didn't have a problem with us making new tracks. It's a bit of a strange circumstance, but I was asked by the Off creator, Mortis Ghost, to help. So I made some tracks for the game. You can download all my songs for free here. You can also watch them on YouTube. I just downloaded. They're also unavailable on YouTube. This links to the Fangamer. Okay, no, this is the tracks of Toby Fox from Fangamer. So here's all the songs he made. I do like Phoenix. That's a great one. And White Rot is probably my favorite. Stop that. I could do this for a little bit. Fan musical albums. Recently, there have been some musical albums consisting of Undertale and Deltarune covers, which I have been encouraged to recommend to you. Can I click this? I don't have any of these things. Can I click, like, YouTube Music? Does this let me do it? Okay, here we go. Yappy days. I haven't listened to any of this before. I did know this recently came out, but we'll see if Big Bad Materia Collective gets me for this one. I feel like Before the Story's a good one to play here. Some virtuistic piano arrangements of Deltarune's music by Trevor Allen Gomes. I really recommend giving this one a listen. It's available on YouTube if you want to have a sample. Monster Cat X Undertale, upcoming October 6th. I'm seeing how loud this is. I'm gonna lower this slightly more. Love Before the Story. I'm an album of electric Undertale arrangements curated by Monster Cat and Firaga Records. Many different artists worked very hard to put the album together, and the creativity shines through. The full album's release is Monday, October 6th, with a physical edition to follow. New merch. When I searched Tenna on Fangamer Store, a shirt for Enna came up. It doesn't look like my usual merchandise, but I guess I should tell you guys to buy it. That's good. Conclusion. This is very good, but also still very loud. 10 years passing is annoying. Does that mean I'm annoying? Anyway, I'll save my words for the event. That is the whole thing. That is the whole newsletter. So, I do like that the new merch is out. Toby Fox has said that the Tenna plush is the fastest selling Fangamer item of all time. Toby also posted on the Twitter, Undertale's 10th anniversary, we're doing 2 consecutive days of streams where we play through the game. Tomorrow I'll ask what name we should choose at the beginning of the game, 6 characters or less. Then we'll choose several names from the suggestions. This is still really loud, but it's still so fucking beautiful, but I can't really lower it more than this. I lost my place. Then we'll choose several names from the suggestions and pit them against each other in a charity donation battle. Take this time to form factions and make a good fight. By the way, I hope this won't be an issue, but I caught COVID a few days ago. Hopefully, I'll be better by the end of the week, but if I totally lose my voice or something, the event might need to be delayed. I definitely couldn't do this 4 hours, couldn't do 4 hours of voice to text right now. I mean, he said he's already played through it, so it's a stream of a pre-recorded playthrough or something, is what he said it was earlier, so I don't know exactly, but I'm very sad that Toby's sick. He does not need to be sick, especially with COVID. I don't know how that happened. But that's about it. I would like to watch this. I don't know if I'm gonna, like, I probably will stream this, but I'm just hoping, here, this is still so beautiful, but I'm gonna go back to this, because it's a lot easier to talk over. Stuff and things. So, if you scroll back up, I am very much hoping that this does not get delayed because of Toby being sick. I would like to watch this on stream. I just recently played through Undertale again. I played through a fan game. I can actually do this. We can just take this and go to my channel from here. Here we go. I just uploaded my playthrough of the Genocide route, but I played through a fan game of Undertale Red and Yellow, which is a fan game, or not even fan game, it's a mod of Undertale, I should say. It's a mod of Undertale that takes Clover from Undertale Yellow and Kara, the first fallen human, and puts them inside Frisk's head. And they go through the underground and play the game, and there's a lot of really cool and unique dialogue that happens, and I just uploaded the Genocide route. You can see that I have part 3 here of the end of the True Pacifist route. You can see some really neat stuff going on in here. Where's this? I don't know. You should watch it. So, I'm now very re-familiar with the game again. It's very sad that he does not have the time to talk about 3 and 4 right now. But Chapter 5, we already know. Something related to Asgore is happening in Chapter 5. Asgore is in the prophecy. The king trapped in asylum or whatever in the prophecy. The Flower King trapped in asylum. Flower Man trapped in asylum, whatever it said. Asgore has a black shard. There's a whole bunch of things going on with that. So, I completely understand he does not want to talk about Chapter 5 because there's going to be a lot going on in Chapter 5. This scene with Mike and Mike is very nice. Or Batat, Jungler, and Pluie. But it's nice to know that there are much more completed parts of Chapter 5 happening. It's nice to know that there's more updates. Homestuck is a very complicated thing to get into. I'd say if you want to get into Homestuck right now, they actually just relaunched the thing, which I haven't taken a look at yet. Let's go here. So Homestuck.com recently relaunched, and there's a whole bunch of stuff going on with this. The comic was broken for a long time, because there's a lot of interactive bits. Can I actually see... archive. Okay, that's just this stuff again. But yeah, it's a kind of a hard thing to get into. There's a lot going on in Homestuck. You can read this, but it's over 8,000 pages, and some of these pages take like 2 hours to get through because they're actually interactive video games. But that's much later. I recommend, if you want to, if you watch Shay, go to Shay's VOD channel, and watch their Homestuck VODs, because I'm all caught up on every Homestuck VOD. They're live on Twitch for Homestuck on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you can watch the VODs on their channel of them reading through Homestuck with their chat, so it's a lot more of an interactive experience. There's more to do, and stuff like that. You're not going to see me reading this whole thing again on my own. I'm not doing that. But I'm glad that he talks more about this, and I'm very excited for the Homestuck animated pilot. Off... I have complicated feelings about Off. You can watch my full playthrough of Off. What I can do for you right now is go to my playlists and go to my Undertale and Deltarune related playlist here. Because you can see I have Undertale Red and Yellow here, but right before that I just played the Off remaster, so you can watch my full playthrough of this. I will tell you right now, I have very mixed feelings about Off. I played it a year ago. You can scroll down here of everything else that I've done, but I played this a year ago, and I enjoyed what I played, but I had very complicated feelings on it. I played the remaster, and I kind of still have complicated feelings on it. I'm not gonna lie. It's not my favorite RPG in the world. You could play a lot better, in my personal opinion. But it is on Switch, and it is on Steam if you want to play this remaster, or you can watch me play through the remaster. Also, I recommend Contract Rush DX. It's my game of the year. I know, like, Donkey Kong Bonanza and many other things are out this year. This is by far my game of the year so far. This game is amazing. Even with Deltarune being out, here's my full playthrough of Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4. Even with these being out, Contract Rush is still my game of the year. So do that and check out everything else I have. You can see my very long... This was a 3-hour review, my bad. 3-hour review of Deltarune Chapter 3, and then my follow-up video where it has been redeemed because it now works and the Roaring Night doesn't suck as bad anymore. But there's that. And then this music, I will listen to all of this album. Before the Story is one of my favorite songs, so I will listen to the rest of it as well. But there wasn't as much in here that I wish was talked about more. But there's going to be a lot more talked about over the weekend for the event. So, I would like to react to this. What I'm probably going to do, if I react to it on stream, is watch the first part on stream on Saturday, and then I have work on Sunday, and then come home from work Sunday night, and then react to this off stream, and just hope I don't get spoiled on anything, because if there's another announcement that happens here, I don't want to be spoiled on it when I can't watch it, so I'll figure it all out. But Undertale means so much to me. You can go watch, again, my full playthrough of Undertale Red and Yellow. This is a full playthrough of Undertale from start to finish, with even more content added on top of it. I highly recommend it. I recommend playing the mod as well. It is fantastic, a fantastic time. And check out everything else I have on my channel, because I do have a lot to offer. I have more Let's Play stuff coming out. If you're just seeing this from me, I am a person who makes a lot of Let's Plays. I've done a bunch of different things. I'll even scroll through all my playlists here. If there's anything else here that interests you, check it all out. This is everything I've done over the last, 6 years of my content. So if any of this interests you at all, I play a lot of Pikmin, I play a lot of Splatoon, and all of that fun stuff. Thank you very much for watching this reaction to the Undertale 10th Anniversary newsletter. This was not streamed, but if it were to be, it would be streamed at twitch.tv/Pokéball35, link in the description down below. If you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so, because I do have a lot to offer, including Undertale Red and Yellow, everything else on my Undertale and Deltarune playlist, and everything else that is not in that playlist as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in whatever comes next.